Hi everyone, welcome to another video in the Let's Talk About It series. Today's guest is Dr. Somya Sharma, who is an obstetrician and gynecologist and practices in Jaipur in Mangalam Hospital. Today we're going to be talking about PCOS or Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome. So without wasting any more time, let's talk about it. Hi doctor, thank you so much for giving us your time and talking to us about PCOS today. So I'll just directly jump into the questions. What is PCOS and what is PCOD? And is there a difference between the two?
PCOS and PCOD are one and the same thing. PCOS is Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome and PCOD is Polycystic Ovarian Disease. So they are one and the same thing. There's no difference between them.
So why have people coined like two different terms? Is there like a reason behind this or?
No. It's the same.
Okay. Is it true that PCOS is only something that you can have if you're obese or overweight?
No, it's not true. In fact, there is a lot of lean PCOS these days. So earlier it was seen that people with a BMI of more than 25 who used to come in overweight, they used to usually have PCOS, but these days even girls with a BMI less than 20, that is very lean girls, are having PCOS. So it's not a disease of obesity, it's more a disease of lifestyle.
Right. So like that goes for my next question. Is weight gain a cause or a consequence of PCOS? Right?
Yeah, it can be both. Yes, it is a cause of PCOS. Obese women tend to have more of insulin resistance, which is basically the main underlying cause of PCOS, and that is why they have PCOS. But because of PCOS, you can get obese. So both vice versa. So for regular women like me, what are some of the signs that I should look out for in order to say that it's time to visit my gynecologist now to look at something wrong with me? First of all, menstrual irregularity. It's very common these days. Normally periods should come between 21 to 38 days. Even if you're getting it in 35 days, it's normal. Even if you're getting it in 22 days, it's normal. But if you're getting it before 21 days or later than 38 days, it is known as irregular periods and you should visit the gynecologist. Second sign is hyperandrogenism, that is excess of male hormone, which will come in as excess of hair over the body, excess of hair over the face. These are the things for which you should go to the gynecologist. Then there are some other things like if you feel lump in your breast, if you feel any kind of foul smelling discharge per vagina. So these are some other causes for which you should visit the gynecologist. So how exactly is PCOS diagnosed? So PCOS is diagnosed clinically and through some tests. But the diagnostic criteria basically has three things, out of which if a woman has two, she is diagnosed as PCOS. So the first one is menstrual irregularity. As I told you that less than 21 days and more than 38 days, both will be said as menstrual irregularity. Second is hyperandrogenism, that is signs of excess of male hormone in the body. And the third is ultrasound abnormalities in which polycystic ovary is seen in the sonography. It's not that she has excess hair over the body or she has only ultrasound signs that she will be called as PCOS. That's not true. She has to have 2 out of the 3 to be diagnosed as PCOS. Right. So weight isn't even in the criteria. Like it doesn't even matter. Weight is not criteria. Right. Many people consider that contraceptives, the pill, is not a good treatment option, but a lot of doctors do recommend it as a treatment for PCOS. So what's your say about that? So PCOS is not a treatable disease, it's a controllable disease. So to control it, we give the first option is weight reduction or control of the weight and your lifestyle. And the first option in medicines or if we go for the drugs is oral contraceptive pills. And these days we have new generation oral contraceptive pills which have very low dose of the hormone. So there is very less chances of gaining weight. You do not tend to gain weight by the new generation oral contraceptives. So this myth should be busted that oral contraceptives will cause weight gain. Those women are already obese, so they should instead change their lifestyle modifications, change their diet instead of blaming just on the oral contraceptives. I don't think this is the way they should do it.
So I've heard that oral contraceptives also cause a lot of mood swings, right? So if a person does not want to take oral contraceptives because of at as a side effect, and what would you recommend those people?
Firstly, we only recommend weight control. That is, even if you are 45 kg weight, you are having a PCOS, 5% decrease in weight will change the symptoms of PCOS, just 5%. Then only we recommend the drugs. So, yes, firstly lifestyle modification and then the oral contraceptives. If you're not able to take
control,
so then we usually recommend another formulation. Like there are many formulations of the oral contraceptive. One may not suit you, the other may. So that is the way it is dealt with.
How does PCOS affect fertility?
Yes, it does affect fertility, and that's why most of the women think that they cannot get pregnant if they have PCOS, which is not at all true. Basically, the underlying cause which affects fertility in PCOS is that one single egg does not release. Normally, in women, the physiological thing which happens is that one egg will get matured and released, and if she's normal, it will get fertilized by the sperm and she will get pregnant. But in PCOS, there are many eggs simultaneously which are developing, but one of them is not getting mature. All of them are developing, causing a cystic ovary, but one of them is not getting released. So there is no ovulation. There is no ovulation, so there is no pregnancy. But these days we have medicines which help us make the egg mature and make the egg rupture. So that's why we say that she should not think that it is the end of the world for her.
Right.
Sometimes she may find it difficult to get pregnant, but yes, ultimately she will get pregnant.
So PCOS is like not the end of a reproductive life.
No, not at all.
Does PCOS increase your risk of getting diabetes, and why?
Yes, PCOS increases the risk of diabetes, increases the risk of hypertension. Basically, all of these are lifestyle diseases. Basically, the underlying cause, as I told, of PCOS is insulin resistance. Insulin is a hormone which controls sugar in the body. So women at a later stage in her life can have diabetes, can have hypertension, and usually those women who have had diabetes and hypertension in their family generations, in the past generation, and in the elders of the family tend to have PCOS. It runs in the family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a cure for PCOS, or is it something that we just have to control long term? And are we any close to a cure?
Basically, there's no cure as such. You're not rid of it, but it can easily be controlled by lifestyle modification, by diet control, by taking oral contraceptives so that you get periods. You should at least get 4 periods in a year. So that is easily manageable by taking the oral contraceptives. So that's how we tend to control the disease. And as I told you, these days it's very easy to get pregnant also if you have PCOS. So it's not the end of the world. It's a controllable disease. It won't be cured completely, but yes, if you take care of your health, it can easily be controlled.
So if a girl has PCOS and she's on oral contraceptives, if she wants to get pregnant, then do you only suggest weight control to control the symptoms, or is it?
No, then first of all, obviously we'll stop the oral contraceptives because it's a contraceptive method. Then we will tell her to try naturally. Some PCOS women get pregnant naturally, so we give her time. We give her at least 1 year to try naturally with unprotected intercourse, and if then she is unable to conceive, then we do other methods. Like as I told you, there are medicines which help the egg to get matured, which help the egg to rupture. So then we start giving them that, and ultimately 99% they do get pregnant.
What are some of the minor lifestyle modifications that you and me can follow? Like people sitting at home watching this, what should we do in order to prevent PCOS?
So first of all, for lifestyle modification, diet control, I mean is a balanced diet, a high protein diet. Basic thing is that whatever your weight is, that amount of protein you have to have. If you are 50 kgs, you have to have 50 grams of protein per day. Okay, so firstly, good balanced diet which should have protein, which should have carbs, should have complex carbs, not easy carbs. Secondly, avoid preserved, canned, frozen food. Try to have fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and then a lot of dry fruits, seeds. Incorporating these things in the diet tends to make our platter more healthy and prevents many diseases, including PCOS. Secondly, sleep. Now these days, since the sleep cycle is very much altered, people tend to be awake at night and they tend to
sleep in the day.
So there is a hormone which is released at night, which is melanin, and that does regulate many kind of rhythm in the body. So if you do not sleep on time, again, many things are disorganized in the body. So sleeping on time, waking up on time is very important. Moderate amount of exercise. You do not have to be a couch potato. You have to go out for a walk. Even 40 to 45 minutes of walk will do the things. So these three things, they should be kept in mind to avoid many diseases, including PCOS.
But those all of the questions that we had. Thank you so much for being here and giving us your time. And I hope that people can learn something from this, and we can beat PCOS as it comes.
Thank you.
So that was it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope that we could learn something about PCOS today. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Also follow us on Instagram for more.